And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, live from Japan, and we're getting ready for the NNSCRA F1 Series, race number 1, the Japanese Grand Prix here in Suzuka. Thank you for joining us. I am Anthony McCurry, first time NNSCRA Series host, and I'm really excited. So as you can see, we have 24 drivers to start this field, and we'll show you the we'll show you the starting lineup here for the Japanese Grand Prix. We have he's not on the pole. Dion Scott will be on the pole, because I don't know if the rule applies in the NNSCRA, but I'm going to make it apply in this series. Whichever direction the first turn is where the pole sitter sits, and the first turn on this track is a right-hander, so Dion Scott is on the pole. William Duncan will be the second place starter in the number 6 Red Bull. There's 2 of every car on this field, so you have teammates. William Duncan driving the second of the Red Bull cars. Dion Scott driving the first, I think that's the Williams car. Then we have Max Skinner and Wayne Scott. We have Richard Johnson in the Ferrari. We have Rachel Williams, I believe that's an HRT. Servin Sarian will be in the second Williams, the first Williams rather. Michael Dawson will be in one of the that's the Force India. Then we have Richard Johnson the third. Yes, there are 3 Richard Johnsons in this field. We have Richard Johnson Jr., and Richard Johnson the third. Richard Johnson the third driving the second of the Version Mobile cars, and Dylan Young will be starting beside him. That's actually the HRT, I'm sorry. Aaron Williams and Barney Ward in the McLaren. Amir Hamad in that's a Renault. Then we have the other Virgin Mobile car being Seth Cole. John Dawson in the other Force India. Toro Rosso in the form of Alina Lopez. Luke Walker in the other McLaren. Alexander Dawson in the other Toro Rosso. Samet Ozkan driving the other Ferrari. Pichu Walker in the second of the Red Bulls. Actually, that's the first Red Bull car. Richard Johnson Jr. in the 19, that is for Lotus. He's driving a Lotus car. Then we have Sandrin Tahari in the second of the Mercedes. Justin Perry, I think that's the HRT. I think the white cars are the HRT. I believe so. And Soran Tahari to round out the field in the first of the Mercedes. So as we prepare to set these cars off, I'm on the wrong car. Dion Scott will be our starter. 20 laps of racing here at Suzuka. It's the short version of Suzuka. It's not the long one. It's not the full length. It's the short one that NASCAR used to go to every year at the end of the year for their exhibition race until they built a new track. As 24 cars take to this track. So we have a Williams and we have a Red Bull on the front row. The second row consists of a Renault and a Lotus, and then the third row consists of a Ferrari, and for the life of me I can't remember that team's name. I keep getting the HRTs and the other cars mixed up. I believe the black cars are the HRT. I think the white, I can't remember. I'll have to look it up, but for now we're going to call it the HRT cars. It's a big Toyota sign that beyond that Toyota sign is where the rest of the track goes off to, but we make a sharp right-hander at the top of that hill that brings him back down. This is the shortest road course that we're going to this season. And the green flag is out. Dion Scott will lead him down. Actually, it looks like that William Duncan got a bit of a run. And look out, guys. William Duncan powers by. Making that outside line work. He's got to watch out, though, because here comes Dion Scott trying to fight back. Always got to look out for the poles, though. We have a car in the grass back there. Oh, look out, guys. Whoa, they're sliding everywhere. Oh, there they go. Richard Johnson gets turned. Oh, my goodness. I think that was Seth Cole that got flipped over. No, who was that? Richard Johnson III. Oh, both of them. No, actually, no, that's a Toro Rosso. Caution is caution out? Caution is not out. I don't believe this. Caution is not waving. William Duncan is the leader. Caution did not come out for that wreck. I don't know why the caution didn't come out. Let's quickly go back and see what happened while these guys are racing right here. It all started when the Lotus right here, that is Wayne Scott, he got in the grass and it comes up into Richard Johnson, and then they just kind of ping pong off of each other. There's the second Williams right there. It's hard to, who is that? Servin Sarian. I believe he was, I think he told me he was from Portugal. But, and then we have, is that Seth Cole in the grass? No, that's Richard Johnson III in the grass. And right there, Barney Ward. He tags Richard Johnson, and then they go up into the tires. See if we can get a better angle. There we go. And then gets into Richard Johnson III. And they're three wide right. And they're three wide. And then they come in. Oh! Who was that pounded? Zelino Lopez pounded Richard Johnson III and sends him on his lid. And the caution did not come out for this, which surprises me. Surprises me beyond belief why they didn't throw the caution for this. Second Red Bull car was involved, Pichu Walker. And Richard Johnson III is still on his lid. I don't think he comes back down. That's why he went to the pits. But what baffles me even more is why they didn't call a caution for this. But that's what happened, so let's go back up at the front. We're now working lap 3 of 20. Barney Ward has returned to the racetrack. Richard Johnson III is still on pit road. William Duncan is leading the race. Back here we got a battle on for second between Dion Scott and Max Skinner. Those two have been duking it out for about a lap and a half now. Remember, only the top 10 drivers after each race get points, so these guys are fighting for points. They have to get top 10 finishes to get points after each race. So let's say that William Duncan, the leader right now, he wins the race, but then the next race he finishes 11th. He doesn't get any points. Speaking of that coveted 10th spot, right now it's being held by Seth Cole, who's his teammate, Richard Johnson III, had some hard luck. You do have teammates. You have these cars run in teams of 2. So Seth Cole's teammate I think is out of this race. He's in that 10th position, and that's the way they finish right now. He would be the last driver to get points. Amir Hamad wants that spot. Already on lap 4 of 20. This is one of the shorter races. It's a season opener, but it's a short race. Oh, look out, John Dawson, Luke Walker, guys, look out. Looks like he kind of got that front wing on the car just a little bit. Wasn't enough to send him flying, though. It's a beautiful track. I love this track. This track and Road America are my favorite tracks. Road America is first in terms of road courses. I like this track very well. Dylan Young making a name for himself in the NCGMRS Vocaloid World Cup Series. They were originally going to come to Suzuka, and then they couldn't fit all the cars on the track at once, so they abandoned it and they went to Tokyo, which is an oval. So Dylan Young is doing really good today, running in the 8th position. Servin Sarian, the 2nd of the Williams, running good in the 7th position. They're all kind of single filed out. These guys, I think, will have to make pit stops. I don't think they can make it to the end of the race without making a pit stop. William Duncan is catching up to Barney Ward, who I think is a couple laps down. No, he's still on the lead lap. He went down pit road and then he came back out after getting some minor repairs done. And he's about to fall down a lap though, because he's got William Duncan right behind him in the Red Bull. So you better watch out, because that Red Bull is coming. Probably sipping on some Red Bull before he got into this race. Dion Scott sat on the pole, but William Duncan was able to use that higher side towards the gravel to work to his advantage. He was able to power it through, and he's leading the race as of right now. Max Skinner is a new face to the NNSCRA. Glad to have him with us. By the way, the next time you get a chance, and I'm already looking forward to Season 4 of the NNSCRA Oriole Truck Series, Mobile 1 Cup Series, and Snickers Cup Series, held on the NNSCRA Sports Channel by Seth Cole. So this is a message from Max Skinner. You might want to keep an eye open for the Season 4 sign-ups, and I'm already talking about Season 4, and he's not even halfway through Season 3 yet, but be on the lookout for the sign-ups, because you might want to sign up for him, because I'm telling you what, he does it right. Seth Cole does it right. Speaking of Seth Cole, where is Seth Cole? Still running 10th, under fire from the second Renault, being Amir Hamad. That's actually the first Renault. Oh, we got a car in the dirt, car in the dirt. That would be Servin Sarian. Slid out. Oh, look out. Who is that behind him? That's Dylan Young. Dylan Young kind of almost played tag with his wheel. You gotta watch out for that kind of stuff. You gotta watch out for that kind of stuff. They're still side by. I think we got a battle on for the lead. Well, we did. Well, William Duncan is caught up to Barney Ward. Barney Ward is a slower car, so how will this play out? As you can see though, Dion Scott has reeled in the 6, the second Red Bull. So the top 3 right now, we have a Red Bull, we have a Williams, and then we have a Renault running in 3rd. So that's the top 3. Those are the 3 podium spots. Yes, we have podium spots. And Dion Scott kind of sticking to the back. He's not pushing the issue. He's not pushing it yet. And we're on lap number 10 of 20. And here comes William Duncan trying to put Barney Ward a lap down. Will he clear him? Looks like he's going to clear him. Yes. William Duncan has now put Barney Ward 1 lap down. And now he's got a slower car in between him and 2nd place. But I don't think these cars can make it all the way on fuel. Actually, on fuel, maybe. Tire wear, no. They definitely cannot make it on tire wear. So far, so good. Barney Ward now put 1 lap down. William Duncan still leading. Dion Scott is now going to try and get around. Let's switch up camera views. He's now trying to get around Barney Ward. He'll do the same thing that William Duncan did. Trying to squeeze on by. It's taking a little longer for him to clear though. I don't like this camera. We got wide camera angles on TV. What? He's trying. I mean, Barney Ward's sticking right with him, though. It's taking a while for Dion Scott to clear. Now he clears. I actually think it took about the same amount of time for him to clear. Let's say we ride on board with the pole sitter. Let's ride on board with Dion Scott. Let's take one lap around this track with Dion Scott. He's lap number 12. Slam down in his first turn. It's kind of a weird turn. You power it out. A few S turns right here. The S turns are the hardest part of this track because they're weirdly shaped. It's not as set forward as some turns are. They're kind of oddly shaped and they bend different ways. And then if we were racing on the long track, we would just keep going straight where that Toyota sign is, but we turn off right here, come down, go to the front stretch. So that is a lap with Dion Scott. Back here, Rachel Williams trying to get around Barney Ward now. Rachel Williams doing good in her first race. Oh, we got a car back there. Some car got turned. Oh, Wayne Scott gets turned. Wayne Scott got turned. Is the caution out? Caution is waving. Richard Johnson has returned to the track. Caution is waving. Oh, so the caution waves now. Ooh, look out. Game glitch. So Wayne Scott gets turned. Down to the line, it will be William Duncan leading under caution. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to Wayne Scott as we are under caution. Well, here's what happened. Wayne Scott actually got into Michael Dawson. And he's going straight for the tire barrier. Oh, trying to hold on to it. Oh, couldn't do it. It was actually, he actually came up into, yeah, one of the Dawsons. Yeah, Michael Dawson, and he ended up getting spun around. He spun himself out right there. So that's what happened to Wayne Scott. And surprisingly, that brought out the caution, but the flip that Richard Johnson III took earlier didn't bring out the caution, which kind of surprises me. But anyway, Wayne Scott goes for a ride, and that's why we're under the caution. Under caution for the first time today. William Duncan is in front. Are they going to make pit stops under caution? That would be the smart thing to do. That way you can fill up, and you definitely could. Yes, they are. That is exactly the... Oh, wait. William Duncan's the only one coming down pit road. Is he? He is. No, we got another car coming down pit road. But Dion Scott stays out. Dylan Young is coming down pit road. So only two drivers coming down pit road. Let's follow William Duncan. Let's see. Okay, yeah, he did sit on the pole. I'm sorry. William Duncan did sit on the pole. That's my bad. Let's watch the pit stop of William Duncan. Looks like it's gas and go. Gas and go for William Duncan. Well, what do you know? And Richard Johnson is now back on the track. And the lights are out on the pace car, so we're going green next time by. Yeah, we only do one lap caution laps. So at this track we only do one lap caution laps. So you better have all your plans in order before you go out, because we're going back under green. So let's show you the top 10 right now. Dion Scott leads. Max Skinner is in second. Rachel Williams in third. Barney Ward's a lap down in 22nd. Michael Dawson is fifth. Servan Sarian is in sixth. Aaron Williams is in seventh. Seth Cole's in eighth. Amir Hamad is now in ninth, and John Dawson is in 10th. So that's the top 10. So we go back under green. Dion Scott. Oh, wow. Here comes Max Skinner. and a few others stepping out of line. Max Skinner, he didn't go in front of Dion Scott until he got past the line, and they might capitalize on it. Here comes Skinner, and Skinner will take the lead in the Renault. And Dion Scott has just not been able to get these restarts going. The second time he's fallen behind on a restart. On the start, rather. This was a restart. He didn't get going real well in the start of the race, but Max Skinner up in front now. As these laps are winding down, we're coming down to lap 17 of 20. This is the shorter race, not a long race. Our big race is Indianapolis. When we go to Indy, that's our big race. You know, that's the race. You know that NASCAR is the Daytona 500. Well, Indianapolis is going to be our Daytona 500 at the end of the season. So this race is not at all a long race. It's only 20 laps, and this track is actually shorter than it's almost, you know, it's shorter than lengthwise. It's shorter than Charlotte. But it's just long. It's a little longer than Dover. Just a little bit longer than Dover. So Max Skinner might be able to walk away with a victory. Oh, caution is waving. The caution is out, and that just might end the race. Who are we in a caution for? Oh, it looks like Sandrin Tahari. Looks like Sandrin Tahari is why we are under the caution. So let's go back and see what happened to Sandrin Tahari. Yeah, he's got some wing damage. He's got some wing damage on the front, so let's go back and see what happened. The same situation that put us under our first caution. Sandrin Tahari gets a little bit of run, and that is Richard Johnson Jr. And Sandrin just kind of goes into the tire barrier just like, gosh, I can't even remember who he was. It was, the other Lotus. But anyway, Sandrin Tahari goes into the wall very much like Wayne Scott did. So same place, and pretty much the same place where he made contact with the tire barrier brings us out our second caution. And I think that just might end the race, or we might go to a green-white checker or something. But let's go back and see what the fate is for these drivers. Well, we're on lap number 18 of 20. Will these guys stay out, or can they? No, they're coming down. Here they come. No, Max Skinner's the only one. Max Skinner. Anyone else coming down? No, it appears that it is only Max Skinner. He could not make it. Let's follow Max Skinner. This hands the lead back over to Dion Scott. He has had the lead, chances at leading twice today, and this is the second time. See Max Skinner gas and go. And we're still under caution. The caution lights are not out on the pace car yet. So Dion Scott is back in the lead. And the lights are still on the pace car. I think he stirred up some gravel when Sandrin Tahari tagged the barrier. I think he stirred up some dirt and they're cleaning that off. But are we gonna finish the race under caution or under green? We'll see when they get to the line if they're gonna turn off the pace lights, or we're going back under green for a one-lap shootout. You know, Dion Scott, who I thought started on the pole. I'm sorry, he did not start on the pole. My bad. I thought that he did, but anyway. Dion Scott he's in the lead again. Can he make it stick this time? He's been in countless positions. Are we going back under green? White flag is displayed. And no, we're finishing this race under caution. So Dion Scott will win the race. Dion Scott is going to victory lane as the white flag was displayed over the hood of Dion Scott. And he's just got to make it all the way around the track again. Under caution for longer this time. All Dion Scott's got to do is make it to the line. That's all he's got to do. Second place would be Rachel Williams. Third would be Michael Dawson. Servin Sarian. I'm having a hard time with his name for some reason. Will be fourth. Fifth is Seth Cole. Great job. Gordon Gordon is a lap down in 22nd. John Dawson will be 6th. Aaron Williams will be 7th. Amir Hamad would be 8th. Samet Oscon would be 9th. And Alexander Dawson would round up the top 10. And as the checkered flag is displayed, Dion Scott, despite having issues on the restarts, will come away the victor here today. Dion Scott wins here for the Japanese Grand Prix. Good job by Dion Scott. Started second, he held on, and here he is going to victory lane. Second and on the podium will be Rachel Williams. Great run for her. Great run for Rachel Williams in her debut. All these drivers are debuting, but and Michael Dawson will get the second podium. The third podium, rather. Both of the Williams finished in the top 10, so both of those cars will get points. Seth Cole is the only version car that finished the race, the only version mobile car that finished the race. Both of the Force India cars finished in the top 10. Both of these cars that I, for some reason, cannot remember the team name, finished in the top 10. And why are we slowing down? Did Dion Scott run out of gas? Dion Scott ran out of gas! Dion Scott has run out of gas. Let's go on board. Oh, he's completely dead. He's out of gas. Oh, that's awesome. Dion Scott wins on fuel strategy. Okay, that's just awesome. No, I think Rachel Williams is out of gas. A lot of these drivers are out of gas. Wow, all these drivers are out of gas. That's awesome. Dion Scott able to coast it, but congratulations to Dion Scott. Let's go see the finishing order, and we'll say sayonara. No, I'm not. I'm not from Singapore. I just like saying sayonara. Anyway, Dion Scott will win the race. Rachel Williams second, Michael Dawson third, Servin Sarian in fourth, Seth Cole in fifth, John Dawson will be sixth. Aaron Williams will be 7th. Amir Hamad will be 8th. Samet Oscon in 9th. And Alexander Dawson will be in 10th. So those are the drivers that get the points for after this race. Soran Tahari in 11th. Justin Perry in 12th. Pichu Walker in 13th. Richard Johnson Jr. 14th. Wayne Scott 15th. William Duncan started the race on the pole. Finishes in 16th. Not a points day. He's got, don't worry, he has plenty of opportunities to get points, but he did not get any today. Dylan Young, 17th. Richard Johnson in 18th. Sandrin Tahari, who spun around and hit the inside retaining wall, as well as Wayne Scott did, is in 19th. Max Skinner, who was leading the race, he had this race won, and then the caution came out, and he came down pit road thinking that everyone else was going to come down pit road, and he didn't. Then we have Luke Walker in 21st out with a valve. Barney Ward finished 22nd, 1 lap down. Richard Johnson the third, out of an accident. And Alina Lopez will round out the field in 24th. Well, thank you for watching the first race in the NNSCRA F1 series. We will head next to Riverside, and we'll see you there. I'm Anthony McCurry saying goodbye. Until next time.